You ever ask your AI for help and what you get back is, well, just kind of useless? Yeah, we've all been there. But what if I told you there's a way to stop guessing and start engineering? To build a precise blueprint that gets you exactly what you want almost every single time? Well, today that's what we're going to do. We're going to build that blueprint together.
It's so frustrating, right? You know the AI is powerful, but you ask a simple question and get a super generic, totally uninspired answer. And you're just left thinking, come on, there has to be a better way. And you know what? There is. The problem isn't the AI, it's how we're asking. Okay, just look at this. On the left, you've got a total mess. Raw meeting notes, transcription errors, it's a headache. And on the right, a perfectly clean, structured, and actually useful document. Now, what's the difference between the two? It's not hours of someone's life spent editing. It's one single, brilliantly engineered prompt. That's the power we are unlocking today.
So how do we get there? Here's our game plan. We're going to talk about the AI guessing game most of us are stuck in. Then we'll pull apart an expert's prompt blueprint. We'll cover how to define the mission, set up the guardrails, and shape that final output. By the end of this, trust me, you're going to be the engineer.
All right, let's get right into it and deconstruct what a master prompt actually looks like. I want you to think of a great prompt less like a question and more like a detailed blueprint for a skyscraper. Yeah, it might look a little complex on the outside, but it's really just built from a few simple, distinct parts. We're going to break one down, piece by piece.
And here it is. This is the secret sauce, right here. The whole framework. These 7 elements are the fundamental building blocks for pretty much any great prompt you can imagine. Role, task, context, goal, constraints, style, and finally, output format. Let's see how they work using our meeting minutes example.
The first 4 elements, role, task, context, and goal, are all about one thing: giving the AI a crystal clear mission. Seriously, if you nail this part, you are like 80% of the way to a perfect result. You're telling the AI exactly who to be, what to do, what it needs to know, and what a win looks like.
So first up is role. And this isn't just some fun little gimmick. Giving the AI a specific job like a professional meeting secretary or a senior brand strategist actually primes the entire model. It tells it which part of its massive brain to use. It's kind of like casting the perfect actor for a very specific part. It sets the whole tone for the performance.
So, for our example, the role is defined just like this. See? We're not just talking to some generic chatbot anymore. We've instantly set a professional tone and defined a very specific skill set. The AI now knows its job is to create formal, structured documents, not just some casual summary.
Okay, next up, we define the task. This is the core instruction, right? It's the main verb of your entire prompt. And you have to be so specific here. Vague instructions like, fix this, are only going to get you vague results. Precision is everything. See that? We didn't just say summarize it, we said organize into a standardized format and, this is the important part, maintaining complete consistency. That tells the AI that organization and accuracy are its top 2 priorities. No wiggle room. Context. This is where you give the AI the background info it needs to make smart choices. Without context, the AI just has to guess, and let's be honest, guessing often leads to some weird mistakes. You're basically providing the why behind the task. Now, this piece of context right here is an absolute game changer. By setting faithful restoration as a core principle, we stop one of the biggest problems with AI, what people call hallucination, which is just a fancy word for making stuff up. We're telling it loud and clear, accuracy is way more important than creativity for this job.
And finally, for this first part of the mission, we define the goal. Now, this is different from the task. The goal is your definition of done. It tells the AI what the finished product should actually look like, guiding the whole process toward that specific endpoint. And just like that, there is zero ambiguity. The AI knows its work is done only when it has created a document with these 3 specific sections: summary, discussion topics, and action items. The mission is now perfectly, absolutely clear.
Okay, so the mission is set. Now we need to build some guardrails. Think of these as the rules of the road that keep the AI on the right path and stop it from wandering off into places you don't want it to go. This is how you enforce your non-negotiables. Constraints are absolute commands. These are your must-dos and your do-not-do-this-evers. They can cover anything really: language, word count, even stuff you wanted to completely ignore. For example, let's say your meeting notes are a mix of languages, which happens all the time on global teams. This constraint is a super clear directive. Understand everything you read, but when you write the final report, it has to be only in American English. It's a simple rule, but it guarantees a clean, consistent result.
All right, time for the finishing touches. Let's talk about shaping the final output. The mission is clear. The rules are in place. Style and format are all about how the final result looks and feels.
Style is all about the tone of voice. Is it professional? Is it casual? Is it supposed to be funny? For our meeting minutes, the style is pretty much set by that professional meeting secretary role, right? We want it to be clear, objective, formal. But you could just as easily ask for a witty and engaging style for a marketing copy. It's totally up to you.
And last but certainly not least, we have the output format. This is where you can get incredibly specific. You stop suggesting things, and you start dictating the exact layout. You can even give the AI a fill-in-the-blanks template to make sure the structure is perfect every single time.
I mean, just look at this template. We've literally given the AI the exact headers and sub-bullets to use. It shows exactly where the topic goes, how to list out the conclusions, how to structure the action items. You leave absolutely nothing to chance. You get exactly what you need.
So, let's put it all back together. We've walked through all 7 of these individual pieces. Now you can really see how they snap together to create one single, incredibly powerful prompt that turns total chaos into perfect clarity.
You see, getting amazing results from an AI isn't some kind of dark art. It's not magic. It's engineering. And by systematically combining role, task, context, goal, constraints, style, and format, you build a reliable blueprint for precision. This right here, this is your formula for success. So now, the power is in your hands. You have the blueprint. So think about it. What are the repetitive, messy tasks in your own work? Summarizing articles? Drafting emails? Analyzing data? What's the first process you're going to engineer?